Hey guys, how's it going? Um, there we go. Put some tunes on. Um, so one thing that's been weird doing all this is I've discovered a little bit about friendship, not friendship, but camaraderie, I guess. Like schizoid camaraderie or friendship or whatever you want to call it. Um, Kind of discovering more and more that. Oh, and by the way, if I'm a little quieter than usual today, it's because I gotta do this while the baby's sleeping. So bear with me. Um, but that's a little Halloween lo-fi in the background. Ignore that. But how do I explain it? I'm discovering like firsthand how you can just make friends. Not friends. Oh god, that word. Ugh. Um, make good with people. Socially in some weird kind of distant social way. Um, if they're kind of schizoid or maybe avoidant like yourself. Um, because there's like this mutual understanding, right? That both of you don't want to, both of you don't want to be vulnerable in any way. Because no thanks. Both of you don't want to give access to the other person emotionally. And if they do, it's on their terms exclusively, and it can be severed at any given moment. That's an understanding between like two, self-aware schizoids or schizoid and avoidant or whatever. Just having a talk, a conversation, right? You know that both of you are annoyed or bothered by similar things like emotional outbursts, emotional intrusion, stuff like that. And I've had a chance to talk to more schizoids and otherwise on the Discord server, which if you haven't joined, go for it. If you are socially averted individual that wants to have conversations with other socially averted people. Um, but it seems to be working in some sense. Like I feel comfortable, I feel good about it. I get on there and talk to some people, and I don't get annoyed. I don't feel frustrated. I don't feel like they're trying to be my friend, trying to intrude upon me in some way. If you have issues with paranoia mixed in with it, maybe it'll make you feel less paranoid about other people because you know what they're about up front, like when they're there on that server, like you know what it's about. They're trying to avoid the same things you're trying to avoid, right? So in that sense, it's kind of cool, and you can have topical conversations about all sorts of stuff that you're interested in. But you can even talk about, looking for advice, looking to see what others people that are similar to yourself in some respect, how they understand, how they perceive what you're perceiving, or what you're enduring or going through, and then seeing other people have similar answers or new answers to the same problems creates a sense of relatability that feels pretty interesting. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't go as far as to jump up and say, "Oh, dopamine rush" or anything, but it feels like a little something. So I think for a schizoid, maybe it feels like you're doing something social, but without any of the issues that come with it, and the fears or the frustrations that usually come with attempting to make any kind of friends or any of the obligations that come with conventional or traditional friendship or anything like that. And you don't have to mask up either. You can be pretty blunt and honest, civil, but you can say, well, I think this and I think that. And you don't have to worry about hurting the other person's feelings too much. They're either going to passively accept your opinion or disagree with it in a pretty calm manner. Because, I mean, that's just how we generally tend to be, right? And maybe I'm not an avoidant, but maybe for an avoidant, I'm thinking um, dealing with schizoids is kind of cool because they're not looking to like you, or they're not really capable to be easily like anyone, but um, they're not looking to make friends or like you in some close way. So then that might make you feel safe. That might make you feel like you can be a little vulnerable because you're like behind this kind of defense of honesty and understanding that exists on that server. Um, as well as like say communicating with me on the comment section. You can just drop in from like drop questions or comments or whatever, and I'm Schizoid, so I'm not going to be going around you know, judging things too harshly, or maybe I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm going to go emotionally connect to this person that, oh, it's oh so relatable. Like, no, I'm never going to do that. You don't have to ever worry about anything like that. Or drama. Like, I can't imagine, no matter how much this channel does or doesn't grow, like I can't imagine being a part of any kind of drama. Drama's funny as shit to me on YouTube. I think it's hilarious, blood sports and all, but I I can't imagine taking part in anything like that anytime in the future. Just not interested enough. That's too high energy for me. Way too high energy. But yeah, it feels strange, a little weird, but it feels good the way it's been going. By the way, if you're enjoying this kind of thing, my rambling and so on, please be sure to go to like it, subscribe or whatever. I guess do that bell notification thing. I haven't been saying that, but I guess that's important so people actually get like a ping when I upload anything or go live. So yeah, I would say do the notification bell bullshit thing. Um, if you want to help a little bit more, ugh, this feels so fucking gross. Just grody as fuck, just saying it. But on the About Me, I put a Patreon there. So there's that. And I put the Venmo on there too. I'll probably eventually do the whole PayPal thing, whatever. Really, what I want to do with that is, I mean, I guess it's a little bit of a selfish schizoid dream. Like, to make a little extra cash by producing something that actually feels good to produce. To take the time and spend the energy doing something that actually feels like it has some sense of purpose, which is cool. It's strange, but it's nice. And then be compensated in some respect to that, so that I can continue doing it, like more and more. It's not even compensated. I don't like that word, compensated, for it, because it's not. I don't feel like I'm producing like this great service of any kind, regardless of what other people say. I feel like it just feels pretty good to do this or whatever. I'm gonna fast forward because this fucking song has too much talking in it. Okay, there we go. But oh my god, can I get just a track? Oh wow, this fucking shit got annoying. All right, hold on, let me switch it up. Wow, now I got commercials. Isn't that cool, guys? Fucking commercials. All right, let's just go ahead and mute that commercial for a little bit here, and then there we go. There we go. It's a little more. It's a little more chill. But why does everything have to have fucking audio? Like, I mean, like vocals and stuff. I just want background music. Shit. Anyway, so yeah. I guess my selfish reasoning for this would be that I want to be able to just stay away from people in real life as much as I can. And do this like all the time, whether it's streaming or just uploading a video where I kind of ramble on. Jesus Christ, I am gonna fucking break my computer. Please stop playing things that have fucking vocals. Mother of God. Thank you. Swear to goddamn God. Alright. In any case, I gotta keep it down. Baby's sleeping. But yeah, like I mean, isn't that every Zoids kind of, or maybe even avoidance sort of dream? It's just keep to yourself and do something you like, and make some kind of material productivity happen. And yeah, I mean, I guess that would be. I mean, for some Zoids, it would probably be just a work some like 9 to 5 or overnight job where it pays well and you really have to interact with no one or do nothing. So that's how I feel about this. Like the same way maybe you would feel about getting a cool job that doesn't really require a large amount of energy or emotional or whatever energy, and doesn't really require you dealing with people that you don't feel like dealing with. I guess that's what I'm doing with this, if I want to talk about it in a more selfish way. But I guess to some people this helps. Listening to somebody talk this way or feel this way is useful. So that's cool, right? I guess. So it's a win-win the way I see it. Um, I would say it's a win-win in that sense. I don't know. I still feel icky and gross just mentioning like, oh hey, shit, well, fucking give me money, you fucks. Like, it's like, but still, like, I'll produce shit. Like, I'm gonna keep making stuff, and I want to do more stuff, and I want to do it more often. But married guy, kids, like, I can't exactly be like, oh hey, wife, I'm gonna go ahead and be spending, inordinate amounts of time working on or live streaming things for other people's entertainment, and I'm just gonna go ahead and, not spend all that extra time doing, actual chores and looking for a regular job. I mean, I am looking for a job, but just can't seem to fucking find one that will pay me more than unemployment, which is really pathetic. I fucking hate it. It makes me really goddamn angry, to be honest. I have to literally, like, the most frustrating part about all this is that I have to take the master's degree out of my resume just to maybe get a job, like flipping burgers or something. But everything that's offered is all fucking part-time, and it'll pay less than this unemployment we're getting right now. But I don't want to just sit here at home either. I do have some weird drive to create or do something with a sense of purpose. And for me, that's this right now. This is just working for me. And I want it to continue. Yeah. So that's my selfish reason for this. But I guess, like I said, it'd be no different than if, you found a job or something that you like doing and you can get paid for it. And, you're providing something, I guess. So I know for a lot of you, it probably definitely would not be, what do you call it? It would definitely not be doing something like this. I know a lot of you would never want to actually upload videos or talk or expose yourself in some weird way. Well, there might be ways you want to expose yourself, but not this way. Yeah. I mean, that's about all on that subject. But yeah, going back to the whole, like, camaraderie thing. It's kind of cool. Like, I mean, we can do stuff together. Like, I'm not just talking like play video games and just, but like the conversations are useful. We can produce something of value. Us, socially averted people. A lot of us are either techs or writers and artists. A lot of really isolated kind of activities, I know, but a lot of us are good at what we're good at. And some of us don't feel like we're very good at anything, but it's just a matter of finding that thing, right? And usually that thing's very isolated, but that's cool. That's fine. And I'm thinking, well, why can't a bunch of isolated people work together? I know, hilarious, but work together to create things, to do stuff. That's cool. And then there's a way we can maybe expose those things to the world, um, in a cool, productive way. And, it could be everything from, just putting yourself out there to get some advice or some kind of, you know, um, constructive criticism. Because as a schizoid, criticism and compliments and shit don't really do much for me at all. Unless they're coming from, like, my wife and kids. Um, but nonetheless, it's good to get information from the external world to, help practice and produce and uh, extend your abilities, regardless of what your abilities tend to hone in on or focus on. And maybe interacting with other people like yourself, having the same issues, of finding a sense of feeling, or having a reason to even go out the door and talk to anyone, might help you find the context you need to do so, right? And it's just funny. It's funny that I'm willing to put my voice out there for as many people that want to listen, and I have no qualms with it. I have no issues. It doesn't make me uncomfortable at all. But would I ever want to walk into a room with like 10 of you to do like a in-person Q&A? Fuck no. Fuck no. Fuck no, no. That's a nightmare. I'd have to see your faces like grimacing as I walk up there, and the utter looks of disappointment. No, I don't want any of that stuff. And it's annoying and funny. I also don't want to actually spend enough energy to go anywhere and meet people like that. If I don't have to, I mean, I don't know. Who knows? Things change. I doubt it though. But yeah, at this point, I'm not even sure what I'm recording. I think it's just funny because I mean, my day to day is kind of like that. Like, start something, like, you start kind of fantasizing about what it is you're going to do that day. Just end up accomplishing little to nothing. It's pretty fucking funny to me, at least. Um, but this feels like I'm accomplishing something of sorts. So, in regards to the whole Patreon thing, like, I did set up the whole tier bullshit. It just felt weird doing tiers or whatever. I know I don't have a lot of listeners yet, but I do know that the people that do listen really appreciate that I'm doing this. They've told me, and I know that the people that do listen listen quite a bit because the average view duration is actually pretty good considering. Um, but anyway, I set up like the stupid tiers or whatever, and I can't think of anything in particular besides like doing exclusive live chats and one-on-one stuff and like different things like that I can maybe do for you guys that decide to help or whatever. I have to I get a lump in my throat just in a like almost like a nauseating way when I talk about like, oh, money, you know. But that's life, I guess. But in the future, I probably will want to provide more than what's there, or I don't know. We'll see, right? Like, I don't know where this is going, man. It's like a fucking like a stagecoach with a fucking rabid horses just trying to run in different directions. That's how it feels. I mean, like you're kind of generally going in a direction, but each horse is trying to pull in a variety of directions. So it's all like fucking swaying around and going crazy, and you feel like it's gonna keel over at any moment. That's how this little weird ride feels. I mean, I know that like I only have like 350 or something subs, but to a Schizoid, that just seems like a crazy amount of people to want to interact with me or in any kind of way. The fact that there's like 100 people on the Discord that I helped make with the help of Christoph and his awesomeness, the admin. Um, but just the fact that there's like 100 people or whatever, even if there's like 50 people, that's just like so many to me. You know, to a Schizoid, that's like, wow, that's a lot of people. Oh shit. Can't even conceive like that many more, you know? So that part's really weird. I mean, I can't imagine like if this grows and eventually I have like 1,000 people, I'm just gonna like, to somebody else that's like, oh, that's nothing. But to me, that's like, wow, that's a lot. That's too many. That's too many people. It's almost like a little bit of not nervous laughter that comes out, just awkward laughter. I don't think I find it that funny. I just don't know what to do when I talk about that stuff. It's just strange to me. It's foreign, alien. Um, I've had a few people. Once some stuff I've seen on the Discord too. Like I said, if you haven't joined the Discord, do so. It's pretty wholesome in there. Like in a weird kind of Schizoid way. It's like, you know, there's people just talking and being cool about stuff, and no one getting too crazy, no one shit posting all crazy or nothing, because that shit can be annoying. I mean, that's fine, but you know, there's places for that. So that part's kind of cool. It's like a place where people don't give a shit about you, but they give a shit about the idea of you, because the idea of you reminds you of them. So even like a narcissist, which, I'm sure we have a few, they seem to be really enjoying the Discord itself, as well as some of the channel stuff I've been doing. So I find that kind of funny. So maybe it's an all-encompassing sort of thing. It might be useful to not just, you know, Zoids and Voids. It might be other people that could like schizotypicals or schizophrenics. I might find some solace in this. You know, both people that want to be isolated and don't want to be but end up being so might stand to gain from these sort of interactions. It's kind of real frill or low frill interactions, low social frills type thing. I don't know, that's just my guess. For the future, I do want to get more people on to conversate with. Trying to get this one gentleman on. There's a few people in mind that I have that I want to get on. Also, like I do want to get professionals on, like people that are, you know, maybe knowledgeable in the subject of schizoid personality disorder or even avoidant, to discuss some of the more academic perspectives on it. Because I mean, that's not what I want to do with my channel. Like, I'm not really looking to produce a bunch of, you know, highbrow academic work. I could do stuff like that, but that's not why that's not what this channel's about, at least not yet. It's more just about letting you guys have someone to listen to that you guys can relate to in some respect, I guess. Some people just like to hear me ramble, God knows why, but I like to ramble, so that's okay. I don't have any issue with doing it on a consistent basis. This fucking music. Holy shit. It's a lot louder, I think, in my headphones than it is for you guys. So let me lower that a bit. Do you ever like just, okay, because I know you guys just sit there and just stare at stuff sometimes, right? That's like a common thing we do, like just kind of stare at a ceiling or a wall, right? Do you guys ever see stuff in there? Like, do like when I close my eyes, you know, the little dots of light, they're kind of there, like static almost. You ever try to make shapes out of it? You ever try to just make like little shapes or designs out of it? Or if you focus too hard on the dots of the static, it gets overwhelming, doesn't it? It's easier to kind of imagine a shape or a figure than it is to like just try to take in all that static. It's really strange. Um, Something I've endured when it comes to that is when your vision or senses are a little off when you wake up in the middle of the night for whatever reason. And then like really irrational thoughts start popping into your head that make you feel anxious or upset in some way. But you know, once time flies a little bit, then that it wears off. And then for whatever reason though, for those first couple of minutes, everything feels crazy and psychotic, and you just like feel like you have control in some respect. I don't know what those moments are, those weird anxious moments in the middle of the night. I don't know how many of you actually get them, but I was discussing this with somebody else on Discord about how one of the things that we may be doing as schizoids, and one of the things that maybe is allowing us to connect to one another, is that that weird disconnect between the subconscious and the conscious that we seem to deal with in order to protect ourselves from an overabundance of emotion. At least that's how I see it. And so then it surfaces at some point or another, and probably during our sleep. Because I'm not the only schizoid that I know that gets very troubled sleep or insomnia, maybe, but I think it tries to like bubble to the surface the feelings that we can't really feel, and then it gets all jumbled up and fucked up, and then you wake up like night sweats and stuff because you don't know what the fuck's going on. It's weird, man. Like I've gotten like really bad sleep when good things are happening in my life, like, you know, objectively, I guess, good stuff. And then because things are going good, I'll have like bad sleep, which is usually with most people. It's just when things are stressful, right? Not when not when things are good and supposed to be relaxing. But no, things are too good or too bad. I'll get really bad sleep. Sucks. Wonder if any of you guys deal with the same. Man, just kind of want to sit here sometimes, you know. Started doing the stream, and then like the anhedonia started kicking in a little bit. Like I kind of had some energy at the beginning, but it slowly starts kind of working its way into your brain, and then you start slowing down. You almost want to slur your words and then go to sleep. Maybe it's weird, man. I had in mind to just like ramble on about something or another for 45 minutes on the topic of schizoid camaraderie, but I think I normally could do that, but right now my brain feels like it's slowly shutting down. You know, like this weird slow down kind of thing happening. Do you guys feel that? You guys know what that's about? Like, if I let myself stop talking, I can probably just stare at this computer screen for like a good 10 minutes straight without moving. And just listen to whatever this music is. Just zone the fuck out. Weird, right? I'm trying really hard to not let that happen. Like, to not forget that I'm actually recording. Because that could easily happen. But I'm just not like. That's why I was laughing, because I'm like, if I start doing live streams and things, like, you know, a lot of people have to put in a lot of time. So like, if for some reason one day I did a live stream for like 5 hours or straight, or 6 hours or longer or whatever, like I know for sure at some point or another during that live stream I'm just gonna fucking lay my head down, go to sleep, or just tell everyone like, hey, I'm gonna just go ahead and stare at the screen for a while, or I'm just gonna like look at my hands or listen to this music and put my head down next to my keyboard for like a good 30 to 45 minutes or so. And then you guys then I'll get back to this game or whatever it is that I was doing. I feel like that's what's gonna happen for sure. I'm gonna lose like a ton of views in the middle of my stream because I'm gonna take a nap. Just fucking funny because I wouldn't want to like just like be like, oh, I'll be back guys, and just put some default bullshit thing saying I'll be right back and then just be gone for like 30-40 minutes. Nah, I'll let you guys watch me just zone out. Why not? Fuck it, right? Well, it's not like, but that's in the future, like if I ever decided to actually show my stupid face. For now you would just hear background audio as I pass out and maybe start snoring or something. I don't know how useful that would be to anyone, but you know, who knows? It might make them sleepy and then they can actually get some rest for once. Who fucking knows, right? But yeah, anyway. So I do want to work with you guys. I want you guys to work with each other. And push your artistic endeavors, your interests, or hobbies. I don't know, whatever it is, man. You want to play D&D with Schizoids? Do it. You want to play? You want to work on some art with an Avoidant? Do it. You want to, talk about your, friendships or romantic life or sex life or whatever it is that you're having issues with. Do it. Do it. Go to the Discord. Do it. Um, just follow the rules on there and don't get crazy. And if you're gonna have an emotional fucking break, then just go in the ramble section and start spouting off nonsense in there. um but it happens to all of us. Even though Schizoids have moments where we break, and I think those moments are when all that repressed emotion or disconnected emotion builds up in the subconscious and then blows up in your fucking face. And, for some of us, it translates into complete despondence, shutdown, a meltdown of sorts. For some of us, it turns into anger and fury and frustration and lashing out. That's kind of what happens to me, to be honest. And then for others, it turns into just a 24-hour crying spell. And then they won't cry for the rest of like the next 2-3 years. So, yeah, yeah, it can be pretty rough, guys. But we need to work with each other. We need to do something. And that's a cool thing. We can be working with one another, build up a personality disorder sort of camaraderie without worrying about all that stuff that comes with communities and shit most of the time. I mean, that's what sucks. Like, I tried to join like little communities of stuff on the internet for like, hobbies or interests that I have, and stuff always turns weird. Like, people always get emotionally involved and strange, or all kinds of shit. Where people start getting butthurt, having problems with you because of this or that, and you're just there for the topic. You're not there for anything else. And then when you say that, then you sound like this. They think you're this complete douchebag piece of shit for it. It's really weird to me. Um, I wanted to do this. I wanted this to be a bit longer. I told somebody in the comments in the last stream comments that I'd make a long one, but damn. Right now, my energy is just like dying. If I had somebody to talk to, I could definitely roll this out a lot longer. But, um, yeah, I think this anhedonia is just it's just strong as fuck right now. It's really strange. This music too kind of fits really nicely with this feeling I'm having right now. I had to kind of conserve this energy for when my baby does wake up, because I can't like just lay there and stare at the ceiling when she wakes up. Um, but anyway, it was nice just rambling for a while. And if you have comments, drop them in the comments. Subscribe, hit that bell, like it, dislike it. I don't know, whatever. I don't care. Um, and yeah, the fucking Venmo is on there, on the About Me, the Patreon's on there. Um, the little tier things are on there, or whatever. Um, then just get on that Discord. That's like probably the coolest thing, I think. Get on the Discord, talk about whatever bullshit I talk about, or talk about whatever bullshit you want to talk about, and let's work together. Let's do something. I mean, most of the time we're always imagining ourselves do something. Let's actually try to do something with one another in a kind of comfortable sort of space, a little cozy space with friends. Cozy space with friends. That's funny. All right, guys, have yourselves your own version of a good day.